Today we'll be talking about the Premier League's final day. It's really been a journey talking about the Premier League, at least this season. All the things that
Yeah,
has happened. Sometimes, a team we expect to win one weekend lost. A team we expected to, do well. Disappointed fans, especially Liverpool. But
yeah,
also, it's not just the Premier League's final day. It's also Klopp's final game being
yeah.
Liverpool coach, right? The new coach has signed the new deal, and the slot has signed the deal with Liverpool, so it's official. This is Klopp's final day. This is an end. This is the end of an era, right? Basically. So there's so much to speak about, but let's start firstly giving our expectations of what the final day should give. What are your expectations for the final game?
I think it's pretty standard. Everyone's eyes will be on the title, right? The
Mm-hmm.
title will be decided in 90 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
90 minutes of football. Man City play West Ham,
Yeah.
Arsenal play Everton, right?
Yeah.
And those two set of teams,
Mhm.
Everton and West Ham, they are both spoilers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
regardless of how we think it's going to go, it's dependent on those two teams. If
True.
it depends on who shows up. I'll
Yeah.
be honest with you now. My own final thought is we're all saying City will win the title. Yes, it's won by City now. But
Mhm.
those two teams, it could also be a case of City winning the title because Everton shows up. Everton shows up and have a good day at the office. They beat Arsenal.
Yes.
They
Very
go,
possible.
right? And West Ham and Man City draw. They still win the title,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or it could be a case that Everton doesn't show up and West Ham shows up
Mhm.
and David Moyes' final game of the season, right? Before
Mhm.
the Euros with Talksport. So
Yeah.
both of them are spoilers. So we'll be watching those two games closely. But for now, we can send our congratulatory message to Guardiola. But
Man City.
we've not reached the we've not reached the finish line, so to
Mhm.
say. Right? That's one. Secondly, race for fourth is complete. We know who are the people going to Champions League. So Aston Villa doesn't have anything to play for on the
Mm.
final day, right?
Yeah.
Europa League spots are the critical ones now.
Yeah.
Tottenham plays Sheffield,
Mhm.
right? Could we see a case of Tottenham dropping to sixth and Chelsea going to fifth? We don't know, but
Yeah.
I
That's possible.
expect Tottenham to win Sheffield.
Yeah.
I expect that. Like, if you don't win Sheffield, come on. I know the coach is angry with the fans and he's not happy with the setup, but we've seen this happen with Conte when Conte got tired,
Mhm.
right? And screaming that 20 years, they practically won nothing,
Mhm.
right? Call it Levy's club,
Yeah.
right? Nothing, no ambition. They just want to see good football and not really achieve anything. And you heard Mourinho say that that's the only club in his history that he never had a connection with. Never
Mhm.
had a connection with the club, never had connection with the board, never had connection with the fans. Every other club he's been with, there was always a connection.
Yeah. So the
Right.
expectation is Europa League sports, Tottenham,
Yeah.
Chelsea. Mm.
Yeah. And Man U goes to Brighton. Brighton have been poor this season, right?
Mhm.
But I expect them to beat Brighton. I'll be honest with you. I'm not
Mhm.
sure who's Newcastle playing on the final day,
Let me check that real quick.
right? So, but it will be a tough one because I expect it to be fifth New Tottenham, sixth Chelsea,
Mhm.
seventh Manchester United.
Newcastle is playing Brentford.
That's even a tricky game. They don't do well against Brentford,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
They get a draw,
So
and Man City gets a and Man U gets a win.
So there's a
So
high
it's,
chance that Chelsea could end up, being sixth,
yeah,
right?
there's a high chance, yeah, because
Around.
Chelsea play Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a tricky side, but
Bournemouth could beat Chelsea. It's
but they are
possible.
no. But the form Chelsea is on now, I don't think they
Yeah,
would because
it's
they are
tough.
coming to Chelsea's house.
and
I think
everybody's back, right?
yes, everybody's back, but apart from that, Chelsea's form at home has been much better,
Yeah.
right? They've been much better than they play better at home. Let's summarize it then. And then we talk about um which other team. So I expect it to be fifth Tottenham, sixth Chelsea, and maybe Man U. Never can tell, right?
Mm. Mm.
Newcastle might buckle at the last stage. So Newcastle goes to Brentford. They might finish eighth this season.
You think
Man
so?
U can, yes, because if Man U beats Brighton, they go to seventh.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I actually disagree.
Man U has a bigger chance of beating Brighton.
I disagree. I
Okay,
disagree with the idea that Newcastle will not finish seventh. I think it will end up exactly as it is right now. It's for the
okay,
for six,
both
seven.
of them will draw the same thing.
I the thing is this, right? Yes, you're saying Brighton has not been in form and yes, they've been losing, but
Mm.
they're still a dangerous side to play.
It's true, Sha.
They're still a side that they could
Brighton
win.
could show up. If they show up,
It's the final
even
day.
they can actually beat Man U. What am I saying?
Yeah,
Man
they can.
U are the ones that don't show up. But Bruno Fernandez is back. So
Mm,
there's someone there to rescue the team. So,
yeah.
anyways, I expect it to be, like you said, maybe the same thing as it is. But we as Premier League, people that are watching the league, we're wanting surprises.
Hmm.
We want that table to be turned upside down to our imagination. That's
Yeah.
what I really want. If you ask me my wish for the last day,
Hmm.
let the table be turned upside down.
Yeah.
Arsenal on top, City second, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Tottenham. Do you get
Yeah.
Man U, Newcastle? That's the table being turned upside down.
Mm,
Or the table stays as it is.
hmm.
So that's the two possibilities. The table is turned upside down and we're all surprised, or it stays at it as it is.
Yeah.
Luton Town, they're not going to get 12 goals on the last day. They should forget about it.
Mm,
Hoping that Nottingham Forest will lose by 12, 6 goals. Are they expecting Burnley to score Nottingham Forest 6 goals?
no, pretty much at this point, like the three, I think the prediction
What is their own point difference?
between Nottingham Forest and
No,
Luton.
no, who are they playing? Who is Luton playing?
Before we get into that, I was going to say, the expectation coming into this season that the bottom three that came with are the bottom three that would leave, and it ended up being that yeah, they're the bottom three that are going.
They are going,
So
yeah.
Luton is playing Fulham, and I think Fulham. I think they might. I mean, they are playing Fulham in Luton's home, so maybe no Luton at home. They are kind of difficult to play, but
But they would not score 6 goals.
I don't think it will get to a point where they score.
That will be match fixing if it happens.
I mean, it's football. Anything is possible. If you believe enough, you can actually do the impossible.
It will be the miracle of the lifetime for
Do you get
Luton.
between this? I know this is a sidetrack, but between Luton Town and Nottingham Forest, who do you prefer to stay in the Premier League?
I actually like Nottingham Forest because I was in Nottingham. I'm
No,
practically
you
next.
know all those I was in Nottingham, like based on their football, based on people that you like their style of play, who would you prefer?
Luton being in the Premier League would be a better story, would be a good story, right?
Mm,
They
mm,
stayed in the league. The town is staying up. Nobody believed. They qualified at the last minute to come to Premier League. It's just like Titanic story,
mhm,
right? Jack Dawson should not have been on that ship.
mm,
But at the same time, he gambled his way and he was on the ship.
and he
Do you
died.
get what I'm saying? That's Luton Town. They managed to get in.
Mm,
Do you get? But out of the three of them, if you say who deserves to stay,
it's Luton.
Luton Town deserves to stay. Burnley and Sheffield have been absolute scrap. Um, Company has been so adamant and stubborn. He deserves to go down.
Yeah.
Luton are they could have stayed up. It was much easier for them because there were so many games. Not one, not two, like almost 5 or 6 games that they threw away.
mm.
And most of their losses was one goal margin. They
I think they'll come
practically
back.
threw those games away. Even if they had gotten draw in three of those games, three
Mm.
of them, they could have qualified.
I personally think they will come back. I think they will come back. I have a lot of hope for Luton. Like
Okay, that they will go down and they'll come back.
they'll go down and they'll come back. I think they play good football, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of Premier League standard,
They are
um,
almost there, but they are not there.
almost there, but they're not just. They
Yeah,
just need something. It's like a little nudge, and they'll be back. I mean, look at Leicester City, right?
yeah.
I mean, they
The
went down.
teams that are coming up now: Leicester,
Yeah, coming back.
Ipswich Town.
Yeah,
We don't. What was the last team? We don't know yet. Or do
I'm
we
not
have the cup?
last team is, but
So
yeah. But my expectation of the last day basically is I know that the last day will go exactly as as supposed to be, which means
wow.
City being on top, Arsenal being second, Liverpool being
Mm,
third, Aston Villa being fourth,
mm,
Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man U. My
mm,
expectation is going to be is things will be like that, right? Do I want things to be like that? No. I like there to be drama, things to change, but
mm,
I mean, it's the last day. Every team is going with that mindset of I'm
mm,
going to give it my all, right?
mm.
To
Yeah.
get what I have, right? So it's not going to be an easy one where like anybody will just but it all comes down to who shows up. It all comes down to who shows up at the end of the day. But I'm having that expectation that it will end up just being the same, right? But this is also the end of an era. Like, Klopp, this is his final game. Um,
Yeah.
what are you expecting to see in that Liverpool Wolves game? Obviously Liverpool is confirmed they're finishing third, but like, what's the expectation and what's your general thoughts on like Klopp as a coach and everything in this whole era that's coming to an end?
Uh he's done well as a coach. Could have been better,
Hmm.
right? I think he won like 6 or 7 trophies.
Won Premier League, Champions League,
How
um,
many times did they win the Champions League? Just once.
once, one Champions League, one Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao, like how many
But he
times?
got to the Champions League final like 3 times. It's 3 times he got to the
Yeah,
Champions League final.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
He
He got
got to the
Champions
Champions League final before he won the. I don't
League.
know
He
if
lost
he's okay. No, no.
it like
Two,
twice. Oh,
twice. It's
twice.
twice.
Yeah, yeah,
Twice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
He
it's
did well. He
you know,
did well as a
yeah,
coach.
yeah.
Do you get? He did well as a coach. How many years now? 8 years.
Like, yeah, 8 years. Yeah,
8 years is a very long time, and I don't think he stayed in a club for more than 7.
yeah. 2015 to now, right? So,
That's 9.
mhm.
He always lives in the 7th year because things always go bad in the
Mhm.
7th year, right? And things went bad for him after the 7th year.
Yeah,
That's why he says he doesn't have much energy because he's human, also, right? He starts
yeah,
with that energy, drive, drill, they keep going up, but
mhm.
suddenly it has to calm down, right?
Yeah.
The only person I just wonder about, like, the energy did not really change is Guardiola. When the energy decides to change, he introduces new things. I think that's what keeps things going. Introduction of new things.
Mm.
He won the Premier League title maybe 6 times. How many times as a manager? But let's not talk about that. But Klopp, Klopp was a very good, is a very good coach, right? Now we're looking forward to the next person. Would he
Mhm.
be as good as Klopp? We don't know.
You
The
know the
thing
fun,
is,
fact?
yeah,
Van Dijk has actually played against an slot before.
where was it?
The player, I think maybe in the Dutch league or something. They've played against each other. I mean, I don't know how true this is. We need to
But what
fact.
was the criteria for selecting the Annie slot?
What is what?
What was the criteria? Why did they select him?
I think the club is looking for a coach that can do so much with less.
That's FSG.
Yes. So they're looking for a coach that
Actually, that's one thing I say Klopp tried.
yeah.
He didn't spend as much, even as much as Guardiola
Seems
wants to
less.
talk.
Mhm.
Even as much as Guardiola wants to talk, oh, he didn't if he's spending of money in the last 10 years, Man, you spent more than us, Chelsea spent more than us. You spent a lot of money. They spent
But
a lot of money even before he came.
I don't know how I feel about that conversation, but okay, I know, yeah, Man City as a club, they've spent a lot, but we've seen clubs with players and what have they done after spending. You can't just summarize Pep's achievements to just you
No,
guys.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if
Mm.
you tell me compare him to Klopp,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
Klopp
Yeah,
Klopp did what he did with less resource,
yeah, yeah.
very much less. Even in fact, the highest, the only time he went and spent 90 million, the person is not still doing well till now.
Mhm,
The other people he's bought were just small amounts,
mhm,
small amounts. They're not really going out to break the bank. Man City has been breaking the bank,
mhm, mhm.
and
Yeah,
most of them are flops. Grealish, 100 million. We didn't see him. We can go on of all the people they've bought.
yeah.
Not as if they've not been good. They've been good. He's gotten the best out of the team, right? But
Mhm.
you can't say he's not had the resource,
Yeah,
right?
you
He's
can't
had
say.
the resource.
But yeah,
And yeah, but nevertheless, you still, even with the resource, some coaches you give them more, they will not still achieve anything.
yeah,
I know a coach that had Mbappe, Messi, and all of them in one team, could not win the league.
yeah,
So let's not mention names.
yeah.
So
So I'm saying,
Klopp. In fact, I've been impressed with him. What he's achieved, the energy he put in, like the
mhm,
drive, the fans love him. There was that real passion. So now the next manager has to build the same relationship,
with the
right, with
fans.
the fans.
Yeah,
I don't know how
that's
that's going to happen.
expectation. I mean, we would have to just see what an slot does. I think everybody is already like, yeah, this replacement is just so FSG. It's just so low budget. It's like, how do you go?
But when they got Klopp, it was the same feeling. Klopp was in no no. What I'm saying is that
I won't say this.
he came from Dortmund, but he wasn't like this big name signing. He was good.
But there was still
Yeah,
some sort of confidence.
yeah.
It
I
was.
felt like this current Dortmund coach. Maybe they could have gone for this current Dortmund
I feel
coach.
like it. I
Yeah,
don't
who have been good. The
know.
guy is actually good.
I have no hope for an slot. Like I have no expectation. I have no hope. I just want him to come and do what he can do. Basically, my mindset is like he might not last, but then
It's just a temporary stopgap.
it's just a
Then
temporary. Like,
Alonso is ready.
let's see what you do in this first season. It's like a probation period. Okay, let's see what you do. If okay, the team is in
What of
Champions
if he
League,
comes and he wins the league?
I will be surprised. But the thing is, who knows? This
But let me
football
not
is
tell
very.
you for one thing we notice in the league when the coach is good and they come for the first time, nobody, how do I say it now? They pick teams unaware.
But this is a
Teams
coach that Ten Hag has defeated time and time again
always.
in the league, right? So,
No, no, no. Kingsley, there are some coaches that are just your nightmare and nemesis.
mm,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah, true.
Nightmare, nemesis. Pochettino, Klopp, Klopp. Guardiola struggles with Pochettino.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Since when he became a manager, even
Mhm.
as far as we say it, he struggles with Pochettino. Since when he was in Espanyol, all the teams are Southampton, he find it difficult to beat.
He actually did not win Pochettino this season, though.
No, he
Right.
struggles. It's just the FA Cup he won in.
Oh, just a fake. Okay, okay, okay. Premier League.
But that was in Wembley. But in Premier League, no.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Right? So there's some coaches that are just a thorn in your flesh. Like no
Mm,
matter how good you are or bad you are, you can't
it's
just
so hard to, yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard. Yeah. So
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I hope I'm hopeful that an slot comes and does his best, is able to build a new team. So this is just the end of an era. Like we should just completely forget about the whole thing. I mean, not forget, but whatever we've achieved as a team, we've achieved. We have to just remove that mindset of like Klopp and all this. I mean, after this last day, the fans should just remove that mindset and just go into this new era with this new coach and be like, what is this new team? Because we're going into a summer where some of the players could leave. Thiago Alcantara is leaving. Matip is leaving. Um,
Who is true? Joe Matip is still in your team.
yeah, he's
You
leaving, right?
practically replaced him, and that's the good thing about Klopp. He brought in
Yeah,
so many young boys.
exactly. Kwanzaa is like a
Much
direct
better
replacement.
replacement. Yeah,
Can drive the ball and do some of the things that Matip does, right? Konate is still there. And I mean, Slot is coming to, I don't want to say Slot because it sounds weird. And his Slot is coming to, it's coming to the team.
his name is funny, even if you call him
Yeah, his
Kane.
name is funny. It's coming to the team with not at a very low point. It's actually coming to a new team because Klopp actually kind of started that rebuilding process before before leaving. So it's like he's
Yeah,
coming to a team at a place where it's not that bad, but it's at a point where he can now add more to build it to this new team.
exactly.
Right?
It's better than what Sir Alex left.
Exactly.
If Sir
Exactly.
Alex had built a team, I
Mm,
don't think Man U be in this problem now. Will not be as bad,
true. 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 True.
right?
Because
So
Liverpool as it stands now can actually even run as it is.
autopilot.
You can run on autopilot because if you just continue using the same tactics with the same players, they could be giving you some one or two things, right? Maybe you not win a lot of games, but you could still, do some one or two things. So, but I mean, there's a lots of expectations from the final game, lots of expectations going into this new era for Liverpool as well. But let's go through predictions. Let's go through predictions of the final game. I'll call each game out, and then you give me your prediction. Right? Okay.
Yeah,
So let's start from Arsenal Everton. Who is winning?
I
Arsenal.
expect Everton to win.
You
Sorry,
expect?
not Everton. Arsenal. Sorry.
I was going to ask why. Okay, Arsenal to win.
Yeah,
Brentford, Newcastle.
uh, difficult, but Newcastle need it more. So draw.
Newcastle. You think draw?
Yeah,
Okay. Brighton, Man U.
I expect Man U to win.
Hmm.
Nothing less than a win.
Okay. Burnley, Nottingham Forest.
Scrappy game of football.
Hmm.
Maybe Nottingham Forest get something, or Burnley give their fans send off. I'm not sure of this one.
Okay. Chelsea, Bournemouth.
I expect Chelsea to win. They've been good at home, right? Except something disastrous happens. We'll see.
Hmm. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa.
I expect Crystal Palace to win.
I actually think this one might end in a draw. I actually think it might end in a draw. Like okay, head to head, these two sides have been like very competitive. Like they either draw or have like slim margins, like one goal margins, like 1-0, 3-2. This kind of score line, 2-1.
Yeah,
So I won't be surprised if it's the same thing, like
draw.
one or draw or something. Liverpool Wolves. I mean, what do you think? Liverpool Wolves.
Obviously, Liverpool will win because of that send off.
Imagine losing on Klopp's last day. That's such an embarrassment.
That will
That
be
is
bad.
that's such an embarrassment. If they lose on that last day to Wolves,
Bad.
nah, I'll be really disappointed. What? Anyways, Luton, Fulham.
Fulham. I expect Fulham to win.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Man City, West Ham.
Draw.
What? Man City, West Ham draw?
I'm a gambler. That's what I'll pick draw. But as a realist, Man City destroys them, wins
Mm.
the title.
But imagine they draw. That would
That would
be
be the biggest disaster ever.
insane. That would be really surprising. You know they could actually draw. You know they could actually draw.
It's possible.
This time,
Anything is possible.
wow, they could just not do anything. Exactly what
But
happened to Man City, Real Madrid. If West Ham literally do the same thing, they could get a draw.
Man City will nearly kill them. They will work hard for that draw. Hmm. They will die. They will kill all of them. They will suffer. They will suffer them. Hmm.
No, but it's possible. You know, it's possible. They could actually draw 0-0.
Draw. Draw. Hmm. When Man City are holding the title in their hand, in their house, draw. You kill them alive. Antonio will run 200 kilometers that day. He will sweat. He will lose weight.
Yo. Wow. Actually, yeah, I don't even disagree with that draw, but it will be tough. It will be really difficult.
It will be the toughest game all the West Ham players have played in their entire career. For
Damn.
what? Just to be bad to stop somebody else from winning the title.
Yeah. Yeah. But because, well, I mean, why would they want to stop Man City from winning the title? Unless like David Moyes just that's his goal. The goal of the team is see, we don't want them to win. No
But
matter
life is very funny, right? Remember this when Chelsea went to play Liverpool. Remember,
mm,
what the Mourinho said? Fine, Liverpool just need to beat us and they win the title. That
mm,
was the case. Even a
mm,
draw, they just needed a draw to keep
mm.
pushing things forward. Can't remember clearly though, but Mourinho even fielded the second team just to help. That's how life is.
Yeah.
He fielded his second team just then Baba played. Drogba was not around, bench. Callas from academy that never played in Chelsea, giving his Chelsea debut as centre back. Do you know what that means?
Hmm.
Mourinho's treasure jewel is his defense. He put Tom Callas there. What is he telling you? Beat me. People
Exactly.
beat me. And what happens? What happens? Chelsea were just defending in that. I still remember the game. Chelsea were just defending. At the end of the day, Gerrard slipped. Will you tell them Baba not to score?
He will score now.
Scored 2-0. I think it's 2-0 the match ended, but that's how life is.
Life is yeah. I will not be surprised if, but the only
Everybody they are putting West Ham like West Ham will do nothing. They are a small team. They are not in good form. They are
Kudus might
this.
score. You know, Kudus is so dangerous as a player.
I say okay, no problem.
Dangerous. One
You
mistake and
hmm.
Kudus can literally
You see that mistake, the mistake Akonji made for Son. He should not make that kind of mistake
with
on the
Kudus.
final
You think
on the
Ortega
final.
will stop one-on-one with Kudus? He's joking. He's joking. Kudus literally said, I watched an interview of him and he says, I score for the fans. I play for the fans. I play so that the fans can feel happy. I'm entertaining them. When a player thinks from that perspective, from the perspective of how them
It's
Ronaldinho
dangerous.
think, we're doing it for your entertainment. Nah, forget. If he has a chance, he will score. But I mean, it's Man City at Etihad, so just defend. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what David Moyes comes up with. So the last
But
game,
the
was
truth is, Man City has not been invincible in Etihad. So people have gone there to pick up draws.
they've not been invincible this season. I mean, Crystal Palace drew with them, right? I mean,
Chelsea drew with them.
Chelsea drew with them, so it's possible.
Liverpool drew with them.
Yeah, Liverpool drew with them.
So,
It's possible. It's very possible. It's very
mm,
possible. Yeah,
but
but
I expect City to win anyways.
I mean, that
The,
odd, the odds are so high. Like,
that's why I say if I was a gambler,
nah,
West Ham to draw.
yeah, that man, nah.
But
So
I don't
Sheffield
I don't
United Spurs is expect
know.
Now
Of
to
course. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, yeah, I pretty much agree with what you said for the fixtures. But that Brighton Man U, I feel like we could be surprised.
That
Man U,
bright thing.
Man U at Old Trafford, I'm more confident of them that they could literally, yeah, a different Man U. In fact, Man U at
Yeah.
Old Trafford, different Man
Yeah.
U. They could literally hurt you, right? But Man U,
We it
they,
looked timid.
they're that side that they could be leading and they could just easily lose their lead, and
Yeah.
just draw. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm leaning towards a draw for Brighton Man U. No, not a loss for Man U, but I'm leaning towards a draw, like a 2-2 draw, something like that. But I may be wrong. But yeah, it's the final day. The Premier League is coming to an end. We still have Champions League, we still have FA Cup. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll be definitely be back with another episode for the FA Cup. We'll talk about the Champions League for sure. Have predictions going into the Champions League final. Real Madrid, Dortmund. That's a tough one if you think
Yeah.
about it. It's a very tough game. The FA Cup, the two rivals in Manchester are facing each other again, right? And we'll see whether history will repeat itself, or
Yeah.
maybe this time around there'll be an offset and Ten Hag will win a trophy this
Ten
season.
Hag said they are going to bring the cup home.
Who knows? They might do it for the fans and they might bring the cup home. Who knows, right? But I definitely know one thing: Man City will not go trophyless this season. But it depends on where the trophy will come from. Whether Arsenal will cry or Manchester United will cry. One of the two teams will face some.
Somebody must cry.
Nobody must cry. I just know Man City will not go trophyless this season. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
listening. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Like this video if you really enjoyed it. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Who is winning the Premier League? It's happening
Yeah.
tomorrow. So who is winning it? And yes, you guys, please turn on the push notifications bell. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. I really appreciate you guys watching.